Hey everybody, I hope you all had a great Christmas. We are now entering into the new year of 2025, and I just wanted to get in before the new year and just reiterate that there is no better time than the present. There's no better time than today to make those positive changes that you want to make in your life. Because when you make those changes immediately, or when you make those changes and make that decision to do it immediately, that shows that you're really serious about it. Why make a decision based on what everybody else does? If it's the new year, if it's because of a certain time that a group of people are supposed to fast. Going into the new year, I want you to think about intentionality. Be intentional on making the decisions for you. Nobody else but for you. No one else lives in your home but you and your family. Nobody else walks in your shoes. Nobody else can do the things that you can do. You're uniquely and wonderfully made. The path that God has for you is for you, nobody else. Which means you're going to have to travel that path pretty much alone. And when I say alone, you may have other people that come along to help you, but when I say alone, it means that only you can experience it the way you'll experience it. The goals that you have for yourself for 2025, or the goals that you had for yourself for this year, if you didn't reach those goals this year, don't consider yourself as being a failure. Just consider it that it just wasn't your time, especially if you put in the effort. If you put in the effort and the time and the research, and you didn't reach the goal, but you saw some progress, that's an achievement in itself, because there's no perfect way to reach your goals. There is no guarantee that once you strive and start going to the goals, or towards the goals that you want to reach, that you'll reach them at a certain time that you had appointed it. But just know that God knows when He wants you to reach that goal, because then you'll be prepared to receive it, and to be able to understand it, and to appreciate it, and to be able to continue to maintain and continue to grow. A lot of times we want something so quickly, like a microwave. We want to put something in the microwave and let it cook quickly. But when you put something in the oven and let it cook and bake at its nice slow a time, it tastes so much better than something that you put in a microwave. So with God, He wants us to understand that the goals that we want, as long as we work towards those goals and we don't give up, and we keep the faith, once we reach those goals and we achieve it, then we can really understand it and appreciate it, and it's so much better, and it only gets better, and it only gets bigger. And once we reach that goal, then we can actually branch out and help other people. So I just wanted to share that with you, because I know a lot of us are stressed out. A lot of us feel like we failed because we didn't do something in particular that we had set out to do. And we're looking at everybody else that have reached their goals, or that are accomplishing certain things and doing this and doing that. And you're looking at yourself like, why haven't I done this? Why am I not where I need to be? Well, you're not where you need to be because it's not your time. You're still in that baking process, to where you should still be moving towards a goal, but you're just not there yet. So don't give up on your goals. Whatever your goals have been for last year, if you didn't accomplish it, continue to strive for those goals and make new goals for yourself, right? What are your plans? What is your vision? Write it down and make it plain. Like the Bible says, write things down that you want. If you have a business plan, the first thing you want to do is think about your business plan. Then you want to write it down, because everybody should have a pathway to success. When I started my recruiting business, I worked for two different recruiting businesses. And as I worked for those companies, I learned. I didn't just work with these businesses. I was learning while I was working for them, because I knew long term, my goal wasn't to work for 40, 50, 60 years for a company and retire and depend on the government. My goal from what, and this is what I got from my mom and my dad. God rest my daddy's soul. He passed away last year, but my daddy was one of the hardest working men that you will ever meet. And I did not hear my daddy complain, not once. Forgive me, but yes. And I think that's where I got the drive to work smart and not hard. But I think that's where I got the drive to want more out of life than just working for a company or just being. I just love helping people out, and I love sharing ideas, even if it reaches only one person. That's been my goal. But and I didn't mean to I didn't think this was gonna hit me the way it hit me today. But your goals, your dreams, your aspirations, those are yours. And if you're thinking it, it means that you are supposed to have it. If you're thinking it and you really want it, you can have it. But you have to work for it. Write it down. And when you write it down, you have to revisit it and you have to put action towards it, right? And we sit here, we wonder, why does so-and-so have this? Or how did they get where they are? How did they become so successful? And getting off that part of successful, I want to make clear, successful doesn't always mean money. When I say successful, to me, being successful means you're able to help other people out. When I can do more for other people and just not for myself, that's success. That's success for me. But I would like to be able to take care of myself, my family, my household, and then my extended family. And it started, like I said, when I started getting into recruitment, I knew that I really liked this because I help individuals find jobs that's a life-changing thing for them, because now they've got an opportunity to work for companies that can make them money. Yes, they're working for companies, but that's what they do. They got degrees to work for companies. My job is to be an entrepreneur and to work for myself. So everybody's different, and success is different for everybody. To be an entrepreneur doesn't mean you're successful, right? And it's just, it is what it is. But I started getting into recruitment back in 2009 and realized that I really enjoyed recruiting. It just excited me. It just made me feel a certain way when I connected with these clients and I could find a candidate, and I got this candidate employed with this company, and I'd follow back up with them and find out how everything's going, and they'd be excited. And I also built relationships with some of these candidates to where they would call me back and we would just chat. I had one girl who her dad passed away last year, and this was after my dad passed away, and so we had about a 30-minute conversation outside of business, just on a personal level. And so for me, I also thank God for me being able to work in this field as an entrepreneur, that I can reach people and not just talk about business, but also reach people to just talk and reflect and not heal, but to just listen to people. And then I also get to talk and get things off of my chest, and we just talk and communicate. But as you go through your daily walk and you are focused on what you want to achieve in life, be clear, be specific. What is your why? What is your why? Right? That's very important. Why do you want to do this? Who is it going to impact? What is the end results? What is the end game? And I think it makes it easier when you know your why. It makes it easier for you to get up and be motivated daily, even when you don't want to work towards that goal. When you know the why, it makes it easier to continue and maintain that drive that you have, because it's not easy to stay motivated. It really, I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. I don't care how big and how successful you are. We're all different. I mean, we're all the same when it comes to that. We all put our pants on one leg at a time. And sometimes you just get burnt out. You get unenergized about it. Sometimes it can be boring. So you have to make yourself want to continue to be motivated. And that's when you, like I said, that's when you want to have that why. Why am I wanting to do this? Why? Who is it going to affect? And that's very important. So as you go through your daily walk, continue to be inspired by something. What's inspiring you? If you're waking up daily and you're just hating to get up, and go to work, or if you're retired, or whatever life thing that you have right now, if you're retired, if you're working, if you're getting up and you're not motivated and you are just living, find something. If you're getting up every day and you're not motivated to do anything, if you're not motivated to start a new hobby, if you're not motivated to continue to excel, if you're not motivated to make yourself better and challenge yourself, if you're not motivated to help someone else out, to share some knowledge that you have to improve someone else's life, or to encourage someone else to be better, or share some knowledge to elevate someone else. If you're not encouraged and motivated daily, you need to change your outlook, because life is lifing while you're just here living. So what do you want to do? What do you want to do? What are your goals? What have you dreamed about doing? What is it that you think is so impossible that you deserve? But what is it that you really want, but you think it's impossible, that you're not even attempting to achieve the goal? Whatever it is, write it down, make it plain. How do you see yourself? Visualize yourself achieving this goal, walking into your destiny and achieving that goal, because it's possible. No, impossible. Impossible means I'm possible. Impossible means I'm possible. It can be done. It's already been done, because God didn't put us on this earth just to live. He put us on this earth to occupy while we're here, and to embrace and enjoy all of this glory that He has for us. Right? So you're worth it. Any goals that you have, be it one goal, two goals, or three goals, or however many goals, or whatever it is you want to achieve today, write it down. Make it plain. And it can be done. And as I always say, go be a boss and pivot.